Welcome back to another Pilates class. You've got me in a voiceover today because my neighbours were mowing their lawn. We're going to start in our quadruped, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Let's do a couple of cats and cows just to get that spine warmed up. So give me a big exhale while you curve your spine, tuck your tailbone in between your legs, send your belly button to the sky, and then with your next exhale, untuck that tailbone, belly button comes down and gaze comes up. Really exaggerate those moves and let's do one more each way. Okay, let's straighten that spine out, engage that core. We're going to come into our bird dog. So let's take our left hand and our right leg. We're going to extend them nice and long on the mat. And let's lift and lower with each exhale. We've got 8 reps here. On that next lift, let's bring our heel and our hand up, hip and shoulder height. And we're going to do tiny little pulses of our fingers and toes to the sky for 8. Lowering that left hand down to the mat. We're going to keep that right leg glued in line with your hips, and let's come into our oil rigger push-ups. Lowering our head, lifting that leg, and then as we lift that head up, that leg will lower. We've got 8 reps here. Coming halfway up on that 8th rep, let's do 8 tiny little pulses through our arms, and then 8 tiny little pulses of that heel to the sky. Let the back of your thigh lift, and then sit yourself back into a quick little child pose just to get rid of that burn on that right side. Come on up, let's do that other side, guys. We've got our right hand and our left leg now. Send them nice and long on the mat, and then we're lifting and tapping, keeping the rest of your body nice and still. Try not to arch that lower back. We've got 8 reps here. On that 8th one, let's lift those fingers and toes. We've got those little tiny pulses to the sky. Oh, you can see Scouty Boy in the background. And then lower that right hand down to the mat. Let's come into those push-ups. We're lifting and lowering our head and our leg like a little seesaw. Eight little pulses like a pecking bird, up and down. Use those arms for strength, and then we're going to finish with 8 pulses of that heel to the sky. And then sit yourself back into a well-earned child's pose. You can give those glutes a little pat if they're burning. And then let's come and lay on your tummy. We're going to send those legs out nice and long behind us. Hands by your chest, hug those elbows in towards your body, engage your core, and with an exhale, we're just going to bring your head, neck and shoulders up into a little bit of extension. Breath in at the top, and then exhale as you come back down. We're going to focus on going a little bit taller with each breath through the crown of your head, and we've got 8 of these. Push your pubic bone into the mat if you're feeling a little pinch in your lower back, or just reduce your range of motion. Okay, let's get planking. We're going to come up onto all fours, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Flex those feet, place your toes on the ground, and we're going to pick those knees up for a hover. Step those feet out into a plank one at a time. Let's hold it there for 5 seconds. We're going to come back in. Quick little reset, and then let's go again. Pick those knees up, step out into that plank. We've got 5 seconds. Come on back in, quick reset. Let's do one last one. Pick on up, hold it there for 5 seconds. Good work, guys. Give those wrists a little roll or a shake if they need to. And we're going to come and lay down on our left side. So left shoulder and hip down. Let's do some side length. Let's bend your knees, feet in line with your bottom. Make sure those hips are stacked. Your waist is lifted up off the ground, and you can place that top hand in front of your belly button. Let's glue those toes together and let's come into our plank. So level up, pick those feet up off the ground, ITB running along the mat, and let's keep going into those clamps. 8 more reps here. Okay, let's pick that knee up, freeze it in space while we lower our other leg down to the mat. We're going to come into some little ninja kicks here. Hoya, kick that leg out, bend it back in. We've got 8 of these. Lovely straight toe. Let's lift and lower our legs 8 times as high as you can without those hips losing that stability. Of course, we're coming into 8 little pulses now. Pulse that ankle to the sky. Then we're going to finish with 5 little circles one way, 5 little circles the other way. Leg in when you're finished. Give that bottom a little thank you pat. Let's roll over and do it again on the other side. So your knees are bent, hips are stacked. You're welcome to lay your head down on your arms so your spine's nice and straight. It's a bit naughty to prop your head up, but it's more comfy for me. Okay, let's come into those clams. Lifting and lowering. We've got 8. The other way. Totally okay if they turn into squiggles or triangles. Give that bottom a little thank you pat, and let's roll over onto our back. Time for some supine work. So we're going to bend your knees, place your feet hip distance apart, find your neutral spine. We've got that little gap under our lower back, tailbone slightly imprinted. Let's interlace our fingers, head goes heavy in our hands. We're coming straight into our chest lifts. Exhale as you come on up, inhale as you lower. We're focusing on that bottom rib, sliding down towards your hips. They want to be best friends. After that 8th one, let's come into 8 little pulses. Pulse your head towards your knees. For a quick little relax of the head while we bring our right leg into our tabletop position, let's level up. We've got 8 chest lifts here. Keep that knee hovering above your hips. For our next 8, let's add some rotation. We're going to come on up and twist so our underarm is pointed to our right knee. Big exhale to help yourself come up. Let's add a leg extension. That right leg is going to send nice and long on the mat as you come into your oblique twist. The lower you send that leg, the harder your core muscles are going to work. Now stay up in your chest lift. Let's just move that leg 8 times in and out. Ooh, there's that burn. finishing with 8 little pulses towards that knee. You've got this, guys. Well done. Hug that knee in towards your chest and just flex and point your toes a few times. We've got to do it on the other side. Let's start again. We've got those 8 chest lifts coming through center, feet anchored on the mat, hip distance apart. Time to bring that left leg into tabletop for our next 8 reps. Coming into those oblique crunches for your next 8. Let's send that right underarm to that left knee. Let's add that leg extension for our next 8. See how low you can get that leg to the mat as you send it away. Staying up in your chest lift, let's just move that leg in and out for 8. And then finishing with those tiny little pulses of that right underarm to your left knee. And once you finish that last rep, give that left leg a big cuddle in towards your chest, flex and point your toes a few times. Core is done. Okay, let's do some bridging next. Anchor those feet hip distance apart on the mat. Find your neutral spine and let's tilt your pelvis towards your belly button and slowly peel up into a bridge. Breath in at the top. See if you can come back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Find that neutral spine with an inhale. And let's go again. We've got 8 of these. Pulses of that pelvis to the sky. Really squeeze those glutes. Now stay up in your bridge. Can you butterfly those knees open and close for 8? Bring that bottom down for a quick reset. We're going to relevate up onto your tippy toes now, so you can walk those feet a bit closer to your bottom. And then let's hinge up into our bridge. Quickly let your bottom kiss the mat. We'll come straight back up. We've got 8 of these. On your next one, lift up into your bridge. Hold it up there. Let's do some tiny little pulses of your pelvis to the sky. And we're going to relevate those heels down. Bring them back up. We've got 8 of these. On that last one, bring that bottom back down onto the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And we'll just do a couple of rocks from side to side just to give your spine a little massage into the mat. Now place a hand on each knee. Let's draw a couple of really big circles with our knees in the sky. We do about 4 one way and then just reverse the movement and do 4 the other way. Okay, let's send those legs nice and long on the mat. We're going to reach your arms over your head. Let's do a roll up. Use your next exhale to bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Head, neck and shoulders are going to float up, and can you roll all the way up to sitting? Let's reach out for your toes for a nice big curve of the spine. Slowly stack yourself up nice and tall to sitting. And then let's go again with a big exhale. Can you reach your fingers over your toes and then stack that spine up with an inhale? Let's do one more. And then sitting up nice and tall. Let's cross one leg in front of the other. Doesn't matter which one, we'll swap sides in a minute. Now this is my bad knee, so I can't come down very low, but just walk your fingers away from your body and hold it here for a couple of seconds. Then we're going to come back up. Let's uncross our legs and swap sides. Walk those fingers away. See how I can get a bit lower this time? Got a bit better range of motion on that side. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Those hip flexors should be having a nice stretch. Okay, let's sit up. We're going to turn around and come onto all fours. Wrists under shoulders. Flex your feet. Place your toes on the mat. Let's pike that bottom up to the sky. I'm just going to do a little bit of walking on the squat. So just lowering one heel at a time. Prancing like a little pony. And then drop both heels down. I like to do a little booty shake here because it's fun. Now soften those knees and walk your hands towards your feet. We're just going to lightly place your heels on the ground. So we're now roll down now. So just let your head and your arms hang heavy here. Do a couple of sways from side to side. And then we'll come back to center. Tuck your tailbone in between your legs and slowly stack your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Oh no, my head got cut off, but you guys still get the gist. Interlace your fingers, place your hands behind your back. You're going to send your arms away from your body and then just give your head a couple of circles around your neck one way and a couple of circles the other way. And you guys are all done. Good work. Thanks for watching.